Roll call.
Chairperson Barton. Commissioner Phelps. Commissioner Carpenter.
Present.
Attorney Phelan.
Present.
Lieutenant Mobley.
Evening, how are you?
Yes.
Wish I got the pay and go with it.
Sit over here,
Try to do comma.
I don't know if I want you to do that. Yeah.
We have a number of one-day licenses, Lynn Auditorium, play May 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, Lynn Auditorium for a concert Friday, May 18th, Lynn Auditorium for a concert on Sunday, May 27th. One-day license for Arts After Hours, May 12th, and one-day license again for Arts After Hours for a play on May 24th, and 25th, 26th, 27th.
May 24th to June 9th.
That's it. Okay, they put in.
That's going to be my question.
Okay, all right, continuing on. We also have St. Pius for a one-day license for June 2nd, Neighborhood Legal Services for May 17th, and then we have two additionals, Lynn Museum and Historical Society for May 5th. Yeah, May 5th, and then also the North Shore Navigators for April 27th. We need a motion to accept or
Make a motion to accept all of the licenses.
second.
Oh,
All in favor?
questions on?
Any questions?
Have we made any progress? I believe the city is going through the process of sections for the auditorium. What's the other questions?
I think that we sent out everything to them.
Just
Okay.
different letters.
So we're in the process of
We're
doing
in the process.
Okay, thank you.
For Arts After Hours? I'm
Yeah,
not sure if
Lynn
there was,
Allen's.
okay.
And the museum.
All right, thank you. All right, so all in favor?
Aye.
I know we have, common ritual, Erica Rada.
Yes, right here.
Hi.
Hi. Do I like come to the front? Sorry.
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
Just tell us a little bit about the type of.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a small restaurant. Right now it operates as a takeout, but it does have a couple. It has several next to it, so I'm gonna make it into like a restaurant. It's gonna be Central American food and Mexican food. So and it has like a hot holding food, so we can do like takeout, fast food.
What's your hours?
It's gonna be from 9 a.m. to 10. And we deliver to 10.
Motion to grant the common ritual license. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay. All right, thank you so much. Have a good night.
Okay, we have, another one, for Polo Royal Restaurant, Brutus Ortez.
Way back.
How are you? Good. Want to tell us a little bit about your restaurant?
We opened up Polo Royal in North Carolina, Charlotte, 2006. We still open successful. We opened Polo Royal in 2008, right here on Broadway in Rivera. And we still open, successful. And we also are trying to open the place on 115 Commercial Street. And hopefully it's gonna be successful también also. Also, I am managing an Italian restaurant for 20 years in the North End.
The hours are going to be 8 a.m. to 11:30.
Motion approved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All set?
Stop by 12.
And we have one more for La Casa del Chi. Alejandro Ro.
17.
317 Chestnut Street.
There's another one.
There's one more, she says.
Monroe.
Yep, La Petite Cafe. Anyone here from La Petite Cafe? Wallace Baxter? Yep. How you doing? Tell us about yours.
We are reactivating the Le Petit Cafe, pretty much the way it used to be. Same kind of thing, breakfast and lunch, all sorts of muffins, hot coffees, soups, salads, sandwiches, that kind of thing. Opening at 6 and closing at 4, or something like that,
Yep.
Monday through Friday. We also included hours on Saturday and Sunday that we're not 100% sure we're going to use in the neighborhood, but in case we do, up 7 in the meantime for some sort of a brunch kind of thing.
Have you opened as of yet?
No.
When do you plan on it?
Well, we have been remodeling, and as soon as we can stock it now, we just found out we needed to stock it before the food inspector would come look at it. We were under the impression it comes before you do that, but, you know, we're learning as we go along. And so I think we'll be open maybe 2 weeks like that.
Motion approved.
Second. All in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
Big love.
Okay.
Okay, then we have a change of manager for Shop Quick. Hi.
Majority of the town, this is Mia Patel, her husband Ken Patel is here, they are the shop that they have for the past several years. She's worked at the store previously, she's tip certified, and Mr. Marty's retiring, and so Ken's going to entrust that to his wife, Rachel.
I don't, yes. So, all around. Motion approved.
All in favor?
Thank you.
Thank you. We have hearings, failure to submit liquor liability insurance. Any changes on any of these?
No, except Turbine.
Right. Anyone here from Crusoe's? 235 Union Street? What about Lo Nuestro Cafe, 54 State Street?
The issue is coverage.
Yes.
Liquor liability insurance.
He just has some invoices with him, I know, and I'm not sure exactly his coverage limits, if that's the question, but he does have some invoices from his policy. We can supply those, a declaration sheet or whatever you need.
Usually it's the first sheet on his policy, and at the bottom it will say liquor liability, and then have the dates.
So were these paid?
Yes.
It's an invoice, we just need to see the actual policy. You can submit that.
You can have
Chris.
the insurance company fax it to you.
Tomorrow?
You want the fax number?
Yeah.
477 7032.
You want to hear from Kevin's Cultural Center? You want Central Ed?
Good evening.
Evening.
I received a telephone, I talked to my clients a little bit earlier today. They didn't have a policy in place as yet. They're trying to place a policy with health insurance.
So they don't have anything.
No.
Are they operating?
Well, the,
Yes, they are.
okay,
Can't.
yeah, no, I understand that too, but, so, I'll advise them of that, as soon as we have a policy in place, I'll bring it over to the.
So they turn the license until they do it? So we get it? Yeah. We need
Make a motion that, we call it a suspension of license, or
Yeah.
suspend the license until such time as that the license is, the proof of insurance is turned in.
Turn the city hall. Deputy, all right.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
That's starting tonight.
Tonight, yeah, right off.
That's what he's
Yeah.
starting right now. Matter of fact,
I don't drink anyway.
yeah. You talking to them?
Yeah, I'll go across the street and I'll tell them. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, and we also have hearing for failure to renew lodging house license.
Brock's also.
We'll go back to this one.
They're not here.
Go ahead,
Okay.
we'll come back to that after.
We'll do that again. Okay. The Apollo Hotel?
Yes.
126 Union?
Yes. The license has been renewed. The last time I was here, we didn't have, I misplaced the signature book, and I've been to both health and, they said it's not a problem. Fire department can't find they said they didn't have any record, so we have to repay and start the process again. And that's what we're waiting for. We've written them a check and given them the application, so we're still waiting on the fire department. The actual license, I have a copy of it. It's been renewed for
You don't
years.
have a license.
Huh?
You don't have a license.
But I have a copy of it here.
Because you didn't bring me the 3 signed sheets.
I know, that's what I said, I'm waiting, I lost, and I'm waiting for city, fire department to,
Who have you spoken with at the fire department? Fire prevention, correct?
fire prevention is, from the Western Ave,
Right.
entrance.
They're
There's a
pretty
lady
quick
that
about
sits
getting
right in that
inspections
main
done.
office. I've been to her 3 times since the
Have they
last time I
scheduled
was
this for
there.
you? A new
No,
inspection?
I didn't get a phone call back from them.
Have you should go there.
I've been there 3 times. She said, oh, the person that does that, it's a different, the last time I was there, she said, oh, the person that's supposed to call you hasn't been around for over a week now. You're on his list to call tomorrow, which was yesterday.
And who was that person?
I didn't ask her what the name of that person was, but I do have a copy of 2012 license here that was given to me, not the actual license. Marie, the head of the inspection services, the license itself has been approved. But I'm supposed to bring back the signature copies for the actual license. So they said, fire department now are telling me that they have no record of the inspection that they did. So I have to pay them another $50 to start the process again. And I'm still waiting for them.
Can we just see what Marie gave you?
Oh. Oh, no.
Did you show the fire department a copy of your check that you sent, did you say you paid the first time?
No, I didn't show them the copy, no. They said they didn't have the records, so I said,
Do you have a
okay.
copy of your check?
Right.
No, I don't have it with me here.
Yeah, but do you have a copy of your check?
I have to look for it, because, I mean, it was a $50 check, I didn't even think that was gonna be an issue. This very moment she told me they don't have a record of it, I said, well, fine, we're doing this all over again, that's fine.
But if you were to show them the check, they could probably look at the time frame and locate it better that way, if you say, if what you're saying is accurate.
Well, that's fine, if I go back there, if I leave here now, I can go back to my records and check to see if that's,
And you lost your copy of the inspection report also,
yes,
right?
yes. Danny Dean and Andrew Young and one other fire person, all of them came on the same day to do the inspection.
So you don't have a sign-off sheet at all?
No.
The one for the 3 sign-offs?
The three sign-off, the sign-off sheet, no, I don't have it,
Okay.
That's what I said the last time I was
So you need to
here.
come in and get a new one and have them re-sign?
I've already done that.
Okay.
Right.
So what they're doing, the fire department has been
So
over
you're just
2 weeks
waiting
now,
for the
I can't get them to come in and restart the inspection.
But the person who does the inspections, he's gonna remember when he walked through, if in fact what you're saying is accurate.
I have not met one fire officer since all 3 times that I've been there. The only
The guy
person
that
that
you
I.
say went through with Danny Dean and everyone else, he's gonna
Yes.
remember that particular day, if that's the case. It shouldn't have to be another inspection, he's gonna remember, he's gonna know the Apollo Hotel.
That's, well, like, what I'm saying is, the actual, all the time since the last time I was here, which was like 4 weeks ago or 5, I don't remember how long, the only person I've seen is the secretary at the office. I've not seen any officer there, anything. She says, oh, what they told me was that I'm on their list to call, which was, it's been a while.
Are you fully occupied now?
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you know what dates this license is due for renewal?
We started the process in September, but this last time we started in November. And they
This
did-
is probably 4 out of 5 years in a row, just a wild guess. They came in here in March, April, May, without your license. It's more than that. I went down myself with some of these gentlemen, you might recall, a couple of years back.
That was last year.
Last year, whatever, to try to encourage you to get your stuff in early. It's not happening. I don't think you understand the urgency of this whole matter. You're running a rooming house, a lodging house. You're responsible for those people. You don't have permits, by rights, we should shut you down, have everyone moved out at your expense. You gotta smarten up, you gotta figure this out, you gotta get your act together. Don't blame the city. Go back there, start tomorrow, get it straightened down, and get in here with that license, or expect your place to be closed. It's your choice.
And that'll be next month.
No matter
Next
what.
month's meeting. You have to have
It
everything
wouldn't
in
be
place.
next month, because I'm gonna
It's
go
gotta
be.
back.
It's gotta be.
I'm gonna go back there now, because I have, since the last, I have been there 3 times, and I've told them that we.
It's almost May 1st, your excuses are done, forget it.
Yeah. 5 months, it was due to
It's your
January
problem, not
1st.
ours.
So if we don't have the license in hand at our next meeting, you're gonna have to close down. And, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks' time, you should send a notice.
Oh, well, it wouldn't be that long, because if I have to go back there every day, I will go back there every day. So it's not gonna be 2 weeks.
Let's hope not, but in 2 weeks' time, we'll send a notice out that as of our next meeting, if we don't have the license, then you'll have to shut down.
Okay.
We need a motion.
Okay, motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Everybody else said? Is reading submitted papers, Lynn Housen?
Yes.
Dan, Street, all set. All right. Before we continue, is there anyone here from Caruso's, 235 Union Street? Finish all our hearings, and then if they're still not here, we'll send a notice. Okay. Okay, a hearing on holding pocket licenses. And I think we had a. Okay, Diverge Convenience Store, they're requesting a postponement.
No, oh, well, one party of it is, and maybe other parties here.
Okay, is there anyone here from Diverge Convenience Store?
I sent a letter in, at the request of attorney, Deborah, who contacted me. Actually, an individual came to me and said he had an agreement to acquire this license. I had to explain to him, and as Jose's heard many a time. I once represented, when they were a partnership, Jose and his brother Effers. The brothers had a falling out. At that point, I told them I could represent neither one. And they each got their own counsel, and off they went. Deborah Gold represents Mr. Perez, Jose Perez. She said yes, in fact, they were prepared to transfer both the location and the ownership. There's a real question as to the ownership and what liabilities may attach to that given the prior operation. The individual I represent has nothing to do with the prior operation and has a location that's not where these individuals were until the bank foreclosed on the property and took control. So I told Attorney Gold I was going to be here anyway, and that I would file on behalf of Contreras Grocery, which is who my client is, the necessary paperwork, but that obviously the sellers, whoever they are, whether it's Jose himself or Jose and Efres or Jose and Efres together, they have to resolve a couple of issues. One is with the DOR. And I know Jose's tried very hard over the past several years. He left in good faith thinking that he had achieved what he wanted, which was to put it in his brother's hands. I'm certainly not speaking for him, he probably regrets that, but at this point, the only way out for both of them is, and it would probably assist in the Commonwealth being able to collect some money, is if the license could in fact be sold or transferred. My client's prepared to pay what it is to get the license. What they do with the funds after that is between them and the Commonwealth. So I told Attorney Gold that I would be here, that I would ask that you forbear in taking any action until I can file that application. And I'm hopeful that since each of them has an attorney, that they are going to straighten out the problems that have been with the Department of Revenue.
Who's Attorney Gold? I haven't know. But Efers.
Well, I don't know who represents Efforts now. I knew there was a lawyer in Salem that represented you.
Oh. Did you say this?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Any questions?
When's the paperwork going to be closed?
I'm going to file it for the May 22nd meeting. I mean, I'm prepared. I met with Debbie earlier and told her the address and what I'm prepared to do. I can only handle what's on my end of it. I'm relying on these other people who represent each of the brothers to resolve whatever issues they may have with the ABCC, or the Department of Revenue. There was a time when this board approved the transfer from Jose to Efforts, and that transfer lingered, I'd say, for almost a year at the ABCC. And then it got bounced. It said failure to comply with the tax laws. And then it was a question of well, whose responsibility was it? Jose's or Efforts? Each of them claiming that they had no problem with the Department. In the interim, other problems arose. And then ultimately, the building was foreclosed. They then lost the ability to operate at that location. And Efforts was here, I think, in October, because I was at a meeting. And I think that's when you gave him a period of time. And then the next thing I knew, I had talked with Jose, who'd come to see me 3 or 4 times, about other matters that related to the operation of the variety store that had been there. This was a very successful store. It used to be Chief Hollow's son, Tony Hall. And these guys, when he was there, at least were doing a pretty good business. But it went off the rails, and there's no future for it at 182 Merrill Street. So it has to find a new home, and I think we can find a new home. And I know, I finally, in dealing with Debbie Gold, I think she understands what has to be done, because she's taken an initiative to contact Debbie, to contact the ABCC, and to try and resolve what it was that was the problem when Jose thought he had completed the transfer to his brother. And I don't think that was his review, was it?
How many months has it been now, Sam?
I think he was here, my memory was he was here in October, Efforts was, you weren't.
It was in 6 months.
But
Yeah.
you see a resolution coming in the near future?
Well, I'm gonna file. What I can't predict is when it gets to the ABCC, or what even when it gets here, it's been through here once before,
Right.
okay? And then it literally, I think it was like a year at the ABCC.
But it's moving forward anyway at this point.
Attorney Gold and I made it clear that I can't represent him, and I can't represent Efforts. But I have somebody who's ready, willing, and able. And so on that end, and Attorney Gold told me that she's not experienced in dealing with liquor transfers, and asked me, would I prepare the paperwork and file it? And I said I would. But I'm doing it on behalf of my client, not on behalf of these guys.
I'm gonna make a motion, we table this for 1 month only.
Second.
Thank you.
David?
Aye.
Okay.
This one.
Yep.
I'll call you.
Anyone here from Caspiot Inc.?
Thank you.
AKA Bruno?
Hello.
Aye.
Hi. Don't put on today. We have process of file in place, so.
Is that under agreement?
Excuse me?
You said you're in the process of selling, is it
Yes.
under agreement?
Yes, under agreement, yeah, we have, Central 21st there. And they're working on it.
Oh, so it's listed?
It's
You
listed.
don't have a
It
buyer
is.
just yet?
They are in agreement, with some people, but we have, signed the papers, I don't want, the thing go, okay, next month it will, be done. I really, am not sure. But, we're working on it.
Okay. This has been over a year.
I believe November.
How long before you think you'll see some progress?
Let's start, we did this in January, so it's been 4 months. You know how it is, the market, you can sell, it's not easy these days, so.
Okay, why don't you come back in a month and let us know what's happening?
Motion.
I'll make the same motion, that we table for 1 month.
Yeah,
Yep, that's fair.
yeah, for 1 month.
You have to push.
Believe me, you think I
We
don't
just can't
want to
let this
push?
go.
Yep,
I'm gonna give you the same benefit I gave the last people.
exactly.
We can't just let it go on forever.
Oh, I know that.
No, if
Yep.
you do lose it, you do have the option, there are licenses available.
What is that?
There are licenses available also. If you do lose the license
Yeah.
in a
Like
month, you
what
can still go
license?
forward, the liquor license.
Yeah.
There are other licenses available, so you know if somebody else was interested.
When you come back in a month too, if the realtor comes and shows what progress, that might be helpful also. So if he says he has a buyer, if he has something, close, and bring a listing agreement, those type of things are somewhat helpful too.
Shows us progress.
Okay.
Okay, so we need a second for, motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Have a good night.
Thank you. And anyone here from 61 Franklin Street?
We're making a career on this one with school ball. I've tried everything known to mankind. I applied to have it go to a store. And then that didn't work. Then I wanted to go to a location that had never been licensed before. And at that time it was Constantine Mack, and she asked me to withdraw it. You should talk to Sergeant Carroll. And I did that. Then I figured I found the solution, which was to go to a place that had been licensed. And had, for whatever reason, didn't no longer have a license. And I talked to Councilor Capano, and that address is 551 Summer Street. We did that. And then ups and downs and ups and downs. And in December of this past year, 2011, they sent it back saying failure to comply with the Commonwealth's tax laws, but it doesn't have anything to do with Bob. It had to do with the individuals who were there. If you remember, in the interim, there was some cross actions that went on about the lease, the landlord. There was a young attorney that was here. I think you dealt with him. And well, all of that's resolved. All right. There was a stipulation of a dismissal filed in the district court on that landlord-tenant case with attorney Edward Fallman, who represented the landlord. And that just happened on April 3rd. So the landlord is fine. It would appear that one of the individuals, I know him as Sam, but that's not his Asian name, got bad credit, and he'll never be able to get like a lottery license or whatever. So they created an entity of which I believe it's his brother who has good credit, and that was filed on April the 6th. The Zen LLC. I've given Bo our choices, and sort of like we're going to ride the horse that in the race. And we made a deal with brother one, and Bo was prepared to honor that agreement. And I understand. Again, I don't represent the new transferee. I represent Bo, but that they intend to file on behalf of Zen LLC at 551 Summer Street. They've assured me that they've already done the credit checks because they don't want to get hung up with the lottery. Because they have, well, you have to have, each individual has to satisfy the lottery. So on this one, a long time ago, Bo had a dream, spent $30,000 without counseling, okay? And since then, all she's had is headaches, and has faithfully renewed the license every year. When this was going on, at the end of October, Bo came in again and renewed and paid the fee. So that my objective has been to not see her lose $30,000, to tell you candidly. And I think I found a method by going to a place that's already been previously licensed, where I talked with the ward counselor who understood it was not adding from a new location or not a new license. So I thought I got the ducks in a row, and then I find out, well, when they did very vigilant at the ABCC, when they did the compliance check, they turned up somebody's social security number, and I bounced it. So the better way to resolve that is to remove that individual, and that's what they tell me they have done.
Are they refiling?
Excuse me?
Are they refiling?
Yes, under the Zen LLC. And I got the timestamp copy from the Secretary of State. As I say, I have the letter that acknowledged that the case had been, which was the REIC versus Somethome, had been dismissed in the Lynn District Court. Here's the stipulation of dismissal in that case. That was the case where, if you recall, the landlord who bought the building had a foreclosure, didn't want to honor the lease of the people who were there, and that brought him against those people, which undermined their ability to have a liquor license if they didn't have a place. So now they secured having the place, and back trying to get the license there.
When are they gonna file?
I have to ask David on that, but I'd say that it looks to me that they filed with they filed a business certificate at the clerk's office on April the 10th. They filed the certificate at the Secretary of State on April the 4th, and they've been talking with the ABCC, and then they concluded that if they removed one person who had the credit problem, and then they resubmitted it with these other individuals, that would get approved. Believe it or not.
I know.
Slow and often.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, one more time. Is there anybody here from Crusoe's? 235 units.
Take it up now?
Just
If No, we suspend their license until we get, the same thing we did when the person showed up. This Caruso has no liquor liability insurance. The guy that showed up, we suspended him until they provide proof.
Liability
We
insurance.
suspended that?
All in favor?
Aye.
We need to, yeah.
Oh man, it's young and work, he's still working tonight.
Little piece.
A slice?
He likes the white legs in it.
All right, now we have a hearing, something irresistible. Questions, well, go back, suspension or revocation. Revocation, was our last. Well,
You've been represented before by counsel, you having counsel here this evening?
Yes, he's busy now. I don't hear the council.
He's not here tonight.
Did you want to be represented by counsel?
My council, you could represent me. I tried to get him here, but he was busy.
well, we told you the last time that you were here, that if there were any further problems, that I was recommending revocation, because you continuously show a complete disregard for the rules and regulations of this board and the laws of the city.
Excuse me, the only problem we have, the place was overcrowded. That's happened once time because we don't have a liquor, and I'm sorry for that. But we have a security, that's the security, that's the Romara. We have a food, and they went out and buy the liquor because that's the mistake we make. I'm sorry, but things happen. We never have overcrowded before. It was St. Patrick's Day, and without I realize it, people keep coming and coming and coming, and I close the door 12 o'clock, midnight. And then 15 more minutes later, I throw all these people out. And the cops that was outside, and they,
Madam Chairperson, I would suggest that where is our revocation hearing, we should probably hear from Officer Fucci. I'm sorry, wrong one. Officer Fucci. Would you just tell us a little bit about the report that you wrote?
Well, basically, I observed that there was a large crowd, and part of my intention was because they were parked everywhere, that they're not getting arrested, they're parked in no trespassing lot, the lofts are pretty much everywhere. About 12:30, I started counting the persons as they were leaving. I reached a total of 106, and then we went inside, and there was an additional 5 people in the bar. The grand total of 101, I believe his occupancy permit allows 85. Again, as it stated in the report, I mean, I sat here, you guys remember he's gonna have people in security here, identifying who they are, none of that. Didn't see any food being served, there's a cake there, they must have had a party or something, but it just seemed like the same old story down there.
Is this the normal procedure that you're trained for when
Oh,
you
yeah.
find a place that's could possibly be over capacity?
The only way to get an accurate count is to do it at the end of the night where everyone's leaving.
And we use a clicker, we hit press.
Same thing that Jim mentioned.
In the previous week, myself and Detective Panicopoulos had went to and told him, we will be back next week.
I don't know for what reason you will be back.
We told you
All
we'd
do the
be
right thing.
back to check on the premises
The only
following
thing, when I
week.
get this, I have a food, and they say we don't have any food. It's a big menu in front of the bar. I have security with the organization, they come in every Saturday. We never have these people, just happened, I don't know why, it was a holiday.
Jim, were you, did you have someone checking capacity that night?
No, I don't have it.
No one was?
I don't have the clicker, that's why. I asked the guys, the security, in the middle of the night, and they tell me they don't count the people.
So, all right, so just so we're clear, you made no effort to check the capacity
No,
against what you will allow for persons on the premises.
I thought 12 o'clock midnight, I figured it out. I thought unless we have a lot of people here, then I close the door. And
But by then it was
drinking.
but by then it was too late.
Yeah, it was too late. People that was drinking, and 15 minutes later, I let them other people before 1 o'clock go out. And the cops that was outside, what they tell me later, when they come in, they was outside, they count the people. I tell them, I'm sorry, I'm not having a clicker. If these people don't have any clicker, and this is what's happening, nothing else. When I get no problem, no trouble, no nothing. Like the other time I was here, promise everything's gonna be all right. Sometimes you can't figure out everything. I don't know why. We will never expect to have these people. We'll never have a pool.
Were you charging a cover charge?
We charge, yeah.
Yeah. So that, wouldn't that give you an indication of how many people you had in your bar?
How many?
Wouldn't that give you an indication of how many people you had in your bar? You were charging a cover charge?
These people, they charge the cover charge. This is the guy who charges the cover charge. Me, I was working in the bar with the other girl.
So they must have been counting as the money they were collecting a cover charge.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not the one when I do it.
Not only that, but,
The promoters do it.
Here we go again.
the other thing is, he didn't even know his occupancy was 85, I walked in, it's down to 95, which actually, the opposite correct, it says 85.
Jim, who was, these gentlemen were collecting cover charge?
Yes.
And what would
This
they-
is organization where I have for 10 years, the African American night, every Saturday night.
What do they normally do with the cover charge?
They say they help the people in Africa. They send us some money for the kids there.
So these gentlemen keep the cover charge?
Yes, yeah, I'm making money in the door.
So the week,
But they break the people. They break all the people, all the organizations.
so the week before, when we saw him count the cover charge at the end of the night, he handed you a sum of money. What was that for?
What money? That, I don't understand. Tell me again.
Detective Pentecopoulos and myself
Yeah.
were at your establishment the Saturday night before.
Yeah.
The night we warned you, and at the end of the night, they were counting the cover charge, and they handed you a sum of cash.
I'm not taking money on the cover charge. Probably, I don't know for what reason.
I can
but
tell you-
Me, I don't have nothing to do.
I'm not gonna argue with you, I'm gonna tell you that
Yeah.
I observed them counting money at the end of the night, and he handed you a sum of cash. Detective Pentecopoulos was in my presence. We
Oh, you
both
mean that's
observed
it, that's the night? This guy, he's owed me $50, so he's get it, and he give it to me.
Okay.
I'm not getting money out of the cover charge. These people, the organization brings the people there, and I give the bar. That's the way we do it. I don't make any money in the cover charge, nothing, for so many years.
Jim, the point is, I think you'd have to agree, these gentlemen are on the door collecting the cover charge. Don't you think it would be to their benefit to bring in as many people as
Yes.
possible?
Yes.
So they can collect more cover
Yes.
charge, without any regard to the capacity of your establishment, which you are responsible for.
I understand, Mr. Carpenter, but these people, they're nice people. There's a lot of good people come in their staff, and I trust it, and they're nice people. If that's happened just in one night, I never have so many people. We never have 85 people in the club, never for 22 years.
Jim, I just don't think you understand the whole process of being in the liquor business these days. It's different.
It's your responsibility.
You're
And-
handing over a
Well, I know I'm
responsibility.
responsible, I know that's my fault.
Right.
That's why I went out there by the clicker.
Right.
That's my fault, there's no question about it.
Yeah.
But I never happened that
It's a
before.
little too late. And also for the record, I just want to know for the record that we have received a complaint regarding undue noise, parking on private property and blocking the public sidewalks. And these are all issues that we can't have. And it's
Business
happened
settlement.
since
The
we
people that
opened.
cross the street were they park. For me, they park one night, that's why I'm busy one night. Sometimes, not all the nights. The gay bar and across the street park every night. The next door neighbors, the Guatemala people, they park everywhere all the time. Me, I don't have the business. The only business I have is Saturday night. Sometimes. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, my place is dead. What is captain don't come in to see nobody's there? Me and the girl who work behind the bar. I tried very hard to make it something.
Well,
To
Sarah,
pay the bills.
I think we made it very clear to you at our last meeting, the last time that we had an issue with you, that any more violations, your license would be revoked. And I think that was very clear, made to you, very clear.
I understand this part, but I'm not that kind of person where I have a fight and problems with anybody. For all my life where I live over here, I don't have any problems, any trouble. Sometimes another people create troubles. And I try to solve the problems. I'm not a problem person. I live in across the street with your cousin, Bradley, Calvin Bradley. So many years. We're very good friends. I don't have no complaints, have anybody about me, nobody, nothing.
We're talking about your establishment, and
Yes.
the way it's being run, and it's not being run properly, and it's a nuisance. It's a nuisance. And we said at our last meeting, the last time we dealt with you, March 18th, any more violations, your license is going to be revoked. And
I
think-
wish, Mrs. Barton, I remember years back when the commissioner was John Pace, these people, they come out and they talk to the people, they see what's going on. I wish you and these people, you come out in my establishment. Everything is in the paper and you see, this is not the way I run my business. It is a lot of people, sometimes in some ways, they don't like you because I'm there for 35 years. How I can survive 35 years? It was a dead street. The only thing I tried to do to pay my bills, I borrowed money to stay in the bills of my credit cards, $50,000. I put my house in a mortgage for $85,000, and I have a mortgage in the building for $107,000. The only reason I do that, because I believe I have the best place in the city of Lynn. The people that come in, these African American people, they come in dressed up and clean up. And that's what I have one night. And there is people is very respect and very nice. That's what I can say. I don't bother nobody.
Can I just?
Nobody.
Did we settle the question of his liability insurance, or was that still,
I have, yes,
he said on that?
yes.
That being said, I would make a motion that the board find that the following violations did occur on March 18th. Overcrowding, violation of an agreement made with this board, lack of management control. That would be the first motion. Give me a second.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Based on that motion passing, and based on the prior history of the establishment, I would make a motion for revocation of the license.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye. And to follow up with that, because this gentleman does have appeal rights, and the revocation stays until the time that the ABCC, if he chooses to appeal, would make a motion that the closing time be set at 11:30 p.m. effective this evening.
Second.
Discussion.
That make sense now?
Yeah.
He has appeal rights on revocation,
I understand.
so he can stay open.
We have an automatic stay that's in place if he appeals to the ABCC, so he'll be open until the hearing date.
This way he won't be able to appeal past 11:30 p.m.
Mr. Carpenter, if you close me 11:30 my customers come in. So that me, I gotta close the place.
Yeah, Jim, we're revoking your license,
And he was
He's
opposing.
open, he stays open until whatever.
but he can't be open after.
Okay.
Make it earlier if you want.
As of right now, we revoked the license, he's closed.
No.
It's up now.
He has an appeal right.
Okay, but he stays closed until he appeals. correct? I just wanna make sure I have it right.
He stays open till he,
No, he stays closed until he appeals.
Right.
Correct?
Right.
Correct, okay.
You uncomfortable with the way you want to get early?
My intent is that it doesn't open, so whatever, he would have, be able to appeal that to Superior Court.
Would anything be effective if I amended that to 11 o'clock?
Second amendment or whatever.
Oh, we haven't voted on it.
I
Amended.
changed
Oh, I
my
had
motion
second.
to,
Okay.
yeah, changed my motion to 11.
And in discussion on that, I was on the opposition to, back in 2007, sir, you want to look back years, opposing a rollback of your hours. And it only took you a month to prove me wrong. So,
What I did,
my motion would be 11 o'clock closing.
Need a second.
Second amendment?
All in favor?
Aye. But Judge, just so you understand, the board has revoked your license. You have the right to appeal to the
I will.
ABCC. Once you appeal, the ABCC may allow you to reopen pending appeal. If you reopen, you cannot be open past 11 p.m. But you have the right to appeal that to a Superior Court judge. Just so we want you to be clear on what you understand.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, thank you.
What I need to do to appeal.
You need, we can't, you have 5 days to appeal to the ABCC.
5 days, October 2 days.
5 days to appeal to the ABCC. You should speak to your attorney. You should speak to your attorney on this. He's very well versed in the appeal process.
Gentlemen, pick up his license tonight?
Yes.
Richard, they're gonna be by to pick up your license.
I'm not open today.
And you have to be there to provide the license today. Can you do it right now, or it's only across the street?
Well, if somebody wants to come with me now, but
Lieutenant Holmes,
Sure.
Brother, let's go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You guys,
Thank you.
don't, Kevin's, don't be the check on Kevin's.
Oh, okay. Swing by.
Caruso's too. Can they stay open without serving alcohol?
Oh,
Caruso.
yeah.
Will they have food?
yeah. Oh, he bought it.
And you know, there is one other thing, and I'm sorry, he's gone, but Attorney Phelan, should we be involved with entertainment? His common victual license,
We could have done that. We can bring them back in on that.
Why don't we do that?
Can we do it without him being here?
No,
No, he can bring it in.
we can bring them back in on that. He has the right to be here for that.
Can we bring it in? All right, we have continuance for Cafe Molina. And then we have letters of communication. I don't know. Maybe the police reports, but we thought we'd do that next month.
Set the communications for file.
All in favor? No, we're second. And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Second, yes.
Okay. Okay, and then we have a few police reports. Little Nuestro Cafe, overcrowding, hearing, okay? So we'll ask you to come back for next month.
Next month? Okay, thank you.
Okay? And Charlie Chan's drug violation in school.
Right.
That one?
Hearing.
Hearing. And Jay Pacifica.
And with my
underage.
apologies for last month.
Yeah, hearing. Okay, does anyone have any new business? Take care of our old business, so adjournment is always in order.
So moved.
All right.